Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be transitioning a spot out in the back man cave of where I'm live/renting into another art space where I can do my larger paintings. So here we go, through the house, out the back door. Yep, bright sunny day, and look who's over there. Here comes the dog. Here comes Mogwai, my puppy. Well, he's about getting on 2 now. I've had him for a year and 18 months or so. The excitable little dog loves to run and chase your feet. There he is. And this is the back shed man cave. It's called a man cave. A lot of stuff in here isn't my own. So it is in shambles at the moment to an extent because we've been using it as a storage space, and yeah, so it's a bit of a mess and haven't really been lived in, so it needs a clean out. So the first spot that I tackled was this corner over here behind the door. That once I got the air conditioning going, because it was about a 36 to 40 degree day and it was very humid. So yeah, shifting all the boxes. So basically first of all I did was shift stuff from one corner of the room to the other. Replugged in that machine there. It's a jump starter of sorts, and if it's not plugged in the power, it's gotten old, it's not mine, but it will beep and squawk and carry on. It's plugged in the power and it won't do that. It doesn't hold its charge well anymore like it used to, or something. So yeah, that's the little fridge here. Sweep off the top. It was actually completely covered in dust, so let's say what, about 6 to 8 months of dust since the last been in the place. I was back in this room doing something last March. So that painting that was in the corner there I shipped on wood, that I started last March, February, somewhere there. So yeah, moving this, I probably should have got some help because, yeah, well, I'm too stubborn and want to do things on my own. The white stuff underneath, we've had rat problems out the back shed again, and they've been in the insulating foam stuff underneath the fridge. The fridge still runs fine though. They've just decided to chew up things. I just hate rats. That hole in the wall's been there for ages and stuff. So never mind that. That was there when we first moved in. So there we are. We positioned the table, plugged the fridge back in, and of course I had to clean the inside out because it hadn't been in use. I did have it propped open with a bottle and something got in there. It has got some stains in there. It was originally my grandparents, I should say, and they were being used as for keeping wood glue in and rice up in the big shed on their property down south. So there's some old stains in there, but other than that, it's pretty good. Now to tackle this mess here. Oh yeah. Now, a newspaper that I shifted over on top of the old the washing machine in the corner, that one works. Actually, there's a couple of washing machines in place that work. That was another one. So it's just in storage. Newspaper is what used for placing down or masking stuff, like you mask up somewhere they don't want to get paint. The rats have been into whatever I had on the couch. So yeah, there's Mogwai. And he had a good go at trying to attack the broom and chase it, but I accidentally knocked him so he ran away instead. But sweeping out little bits of chewed up paper and whatever was in a container that was powder, it wasn't, I think it was talcum powder that was in it. And the rats decided they wanted to eat it. It's annoying. So we only have rats in the back shed itself. They're not actually in the main house, which is good. We managed to keep them out of there. I've got traps set again. And stuff. There's Mogwai watching. So yep, shift the couch, pick up a couple of things they've dropped off onto the floor. Sweep up everything behind it. and around it and stuff. Some of the stuff I didn't film everything I did, because that would have turned. This here was actually a 6-hour job or something like that. So I did it in sections and stuff. Sweeping up about 6 months worth of dust. It happens. This is a spinning wheel I've had. I was given, my grandpa passed away. He taught me how to do spinning on it. And Mogwai just wanted to be curious and play with it. I'm resetting up the tensioner bar. I didn't realise I forgot to thread it through where it needed to be threaded through. That's how you set the tension for how tightly you want your wool spun. Then I just wiped it down and cleaned the dust off. Back to sweeping and shifting stuff over again. I think I did this. May I put the video back in backwards here for some reason? It just doesn't look the same. So to clear off this table here that I'm going to use, it's just a metal table. Old jigsaw box. I used to do jigsaw puzzles out here. There is a complete jigsaw puzzle there on the desk which I have glued together and is yet to figure out what to do with next. Shifting everything with phone again. And I went on to spraying and wipe it down to get all the dust off. Now I think some people here will be probably cringing at me at the moment for using so much paper towel. Yeah. That there's a box. That has a lot of empty spindles and that in it for putting wool on. These are woodwork gear. Those are leather tags. Some blocks of wood I'm going to paint on. Lazy Susie stuff. One Goose Dog. Some of my wool. There's merino wool mostly. And there's I think one's a Linchester sheep cross. Not sure on everything. So these are my other 2 boxes here. Which I'd get better. And, believe it or not, they also contain wool. So that was a black wool there. And in the other one, I have more wool. Coloured wool. And that was some mixed stuff of random. So, yep, dog follows you everywhere. He does. Swept all the dust off the couch. And this here, labelling what's in each and every one of my bins of wool. So I ended up buying a couple more tubs to put them in and set it down. There's Mogwai being curious to the camera. Had to shoo him before he knocked it over. Cute little happy fella. Even though the aircon's on, he's still panting, so. But no. So that was my black wool, which is actually natural black wool. It hasn't been dyed. My granddad had black sheep on the farm, as well as a long time ago. I used to, when they had a bigger place, also had other sheep as well, but black sheep was prized sheep. Another one had the other bits and pieces of wool. And then these 2 here, which hold my coloured wool and some wool that's pre-carded, where I've got tangles and that out, ready for greasing, spinning. And here I am putting in what I'm going to keep out in the man cave the whole time. Out there. In a little storage box. So I'm going to use out there for doing all my oil paint. So there's my selection of oil painting brushes, which fit just nicely inside that little container there too. So I've got my oil paint set, 12 tubes, extra white, because you can never have too much white. Some extra other colours that I've got, which I borrowed off of Mum and that. The brushes, different sizes and ranges. I'm hoping to try and get some smaller fan brushes and that. And these are just a couple of started oil painting backgrounds, which I started and have not finished. It's going to be a horse on the brown one, and possibly purple. I was thinking too. So yeah, that's a nice little container storage box to keep my oil paints in. And that methylated spirits and that all just sit on a what is there methylated spirits for? Mineral terps. I just sit in a bottle on the couch. Not couch. Next to the fridge. Or I can just stick it in, get another storage box and put it in, all in there. That's just what I'm going to keep out there on a permanent basis.
Now for the big reveal. Ready, Mogwai? Hey, let's go have a look. Shall we look? Come on then. And this is it. This is going to be my other area for doing my paintwork. So you've got cleaned out that corner where my, so I'm stick my boards up against that wall just there. Door. Here we have that fridge. A little fridge I use to keep them wet paints in too, keep them cool in the hot weather. So mostly for dog food. So we got dog food stuff. My favourite drink there, it's a aloe crush. I like the sugar-free one better than the others. Just Mogwai's doggy stuff for now. Can of white touch-up paint. Bits of paper towel. Some of them will go back inside. Just some random parts and stuff like that. Do with Knowles. Do with my mate's stuff. Mogwai, what are you doing on the couch? Get off. That's Mogwai's food bin. So I've still got to sort out a bit for him. It's got his kibble and stuff in it. And here is my actual working space. It's going to be. So there's a couch with a piece of paper already on it. Under here I've got all my wool that I have that I've yet to spin. So it's my coloured wool, which has already been pre-dyed, coloured and stuff that I've already carded to get ready for spinning. Other wool, most of merino based stuff, and this is black wool. My granddad used to have a black sheep before he passed away. So yeah, that's what we've got to spin. Actually, my granddad taught me how to do spin. And in this corner here, we've got more wool. That's definitely merino. I think that's the merino cross. There's two different types of wool in that lot. These are boxes of spinning stuff. That's got wood stuff in it for painting on. More spinning equipment. This is the spinning wheel all covered up. The chair down behind there is the thing to unwind the wool on later on. Old picture box of random bits and pieces. I haven't touched any of these back covers and that because they're nothing to do with me. That's the guy who owns the place that we're renting. This is just the kitchen area of the man cave sort of thing. I'm not really going to use it, but I've got access to running water for cleanup and that, and just storing my some of the jigsaw puzzles I've got just here. This box here actually houses my air spray gun, which I've yet to try do anything with. I'm sure I put that lighter on above. There's a light in this area too. It's just not on. That's my air brush. Here, there's the Mogwai fridge there. That'll get turned off. So my desk, and this is going mostly for doing my oil paints in, because oil paints in my other room equals fumes, and yeah, I don't need to sleep with that sort of headache after night. And my little box that keeps some oil painting supplies in that. And over there behind this couch we've got that big piece of wood which I've yet to paint on. And that one there actually has a painting on that long board there, but it's the wrong way around at the moment, which is the one I'm going to be working on next. So yes, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my new little painting space studio setup. So I'll say goodbye for now, and Mogwai, you going to say goodbye? Say goodbye? Yeah, goodbye. See you all in the next video.